And we're going to go green with about, well, we're working lap number 96 at this point of 120. And it is Stephen Wallace who is in front and taking the lead even on the restart here. He chose the high side. Casey Kane in the 38, the 4 of Tony Stewart right there along with Brian Vickers.
Casey Kane tried to throw a little block on Tony Stewart, but he was having none of that.
And here comes Tony. Boy, he just blows by on the high side of the 66.
And you see that yellow machine number 98 of Paul Menard comes from that last starting spot up there in about 4th or 5th right now.
Now remember, Wallace stayed out and he last pitted on lap 85, I think it was, yes, and the rest of them came in on 93. So,
hey, Harvick's not out of this thing. You see, he's right there with him.
One guy who probably is definitely out is Kyle Busch. He's the first car one lap down. He's 21st right now, and don't know how good that car is going to be with the damage he sustained.
Yeah, and that 12 car, Justin Allgaier, got a debris, which is not surprising.
Well, that's going to be good news for Kyle Busch. He'll get the lucky dog.
And I was just talking about Justin Allgaier, done a great job. He sustained some damage early on in that very first incident, and has come back. He's got himself up in 3rd spot right now.
So our 14th different lead change. Now our 6th caution comes out here at Daytona International Speedway. We've had a total of 29 laps under caution. Our red flag lasted 11 minutes. And as we mentioned, 28 cars have been bent up in one way, shape, form, or another today. It has been a lot of contact. I can tell you that Colin Brown did come back out. His car looks like a modified. While we've got a chance, we'll talk about some drag racing because you can see what's happening tonight with qualifying at the Craig and O'Reilly Winter Nationals in Pomona at 11 Eastern, and then the finals tomorrow at 8 Eastern. All of it on ESPN2. So that will give us 21 cars back on the lead lap with Kyle getting the lucky dog, and there he is. And like we said, we're still not sure how aerodynamically sound that vehicle will be.
Yeah, that's one of the problems. NASCAR needs to make sure when these cars leave the pit area that they got all these panels secure, because if not, they're going to have a debris caution about every other lap until they clean this up. There's a lot of cars running cripple out there.
Yeah, they are. As I look down the list to see, we showed Morgan Shepherd back at the start of this race. Wasn't able to start at the very beginning because he had a problem. But he did get it on the racetrack, and now he's sitting in the 23rd spot. And you say, well, that might not be so great, but somebody that's trying to run that has a very limited budget, each one of these positions means a good bit of money.
Well, we've got a chance with us under our 7th caution. The record's 11 back in 2006. We got a long way to go to catch up there. Let's talk to our in-race reporter, Tony Stewart.
Tony, Dale Jarrett, you have a copy?
Yeah, man.
Well, he always said that being out front was the safest place to be. I guess that's definitely true a few minutes ago, huh?
Yeah, the hard part about leading and having them too wide right behind you is you don't know which lane to go to. So I was watching that pretty hard, and all of a sudden chaos broke out in the middle of a race. So it was definitely the best place to be at the time.
Hey, Tony, explain to our viewers, when you're in that situation looking back there, that's what you're doing more than looking out front, aren't you? Trying to decide which line that you want to try to maybe block or get a push from?
Yeah, I don't recommend most of these people doing that on the freeway, but everybody, at least with our deals, going the same direction. But when you're leading, you probably spend, I'd say, 80% of your lap, honestly, looking in the back. I mean, you run around here enough, you know where you're at, and you know where you're going. It's just, when you're leading, everything's dictated by what's going on behind you.
I know it took out a lot of good cars right there, but as you look back there, you feel your car is still strong enough just to stay there in the front?
Yeah, the car is. If I do my job, we'll be fine. I really believe it's up to me right now because we've got a good enough car. I mean, this thing has been strong all day long, and Butch and these guys have done a great job in the pits, and they keep making adjustments and making it better for me, and I feel like my car is the best that it's been all day right now, so I feel like I got something I can joust with here.
Well, thanks for talking with us. If you say it's up to you, I like the chances. Pretty good record you got here, bud.
I'm not feeling too bad about it myself, but every race is a different scenario, so it's not given that by any means I still got a lot of work to do.
All right, thanks for talking with us, Tony. Good luck. Now, Dave Burns is going to talk to your crew chief, Butch Hilton.
And DJ, we're standing down here with Butch right now, who has a full-time gig, not in the Nationwide Series. He's on loan from Turner Motorsports in the Truck Series. What'd you think when you got the call to maybe drive to crew a Kevin Harvick car with Tony Stewart as the driver at Daytona?
Well, of course, that was a no-brainer. Yeah, I was real excited. Kevin hangs all the bodies for us and does a lot of work for us at Turner Motorsports, and we surely appreciate that. And nobody builds a finer race car than KHI, and all the men and women there, they put a lot of effort into it. So I was just really thrilled to get the chance to do this. We won this race 5 years ago with Tony as his crew chief, so man, maybe we can get a little lightning in the bottle here. That'd be great.
A lot of history with him, and they're trying to repeat history right now. Jamie?
Trent Owens is the crew chief for Brian Vickers. They sit second right now. So Tony Stewart just said he thinks it's up to him how this race finishes. Do you guys have anything for him?
I'd say he's pretty much correct. You know, Brian's done a good job. We got some damage coming into pit road, and we had to repair that and went to the back. He's done a real good job coming back through there. Dollar General Toyota's been good all week. You know, we've been lacking a little speed as compared to the 4 cars. So maybe him and Tony can get hooked up, end this thing on green flag, and they can fight it out amongst themselves.
Well, he's on sticker tires now, and the car's the best it's been all day. Vince?
You talk about somebody who's been dodging a bullet today. Justin Allgaier currently sitting third. Take a look at the tire. He had hit the wall earlier today, and it had put a toe in the car, and that is how the tire had been wearing. And look at that on the bottom of that tire. They ran about 20 laps, believe it or not, on that tire, and were able to get it in, get the damage fixed on the race car, get fresh set of tires on. So Allgaier now looking pretty good, sitting third right now with fresh rubber. Doc?
Well, Ernie Cope and these guys up here in Kevin Harvick's pit have had to repair 3 of the 4 corners of his Chevrolet. And now Kevin talking to Ernie. Ernie, how good is the car? How close have you gotten it back?
I believe we got it good. We just did 1 lap there. And he said it drives just fine. So if we got it back to handling how it did before, I feel we can get back up there and contend for the win.
So if you get back up there, can you handle your teammate, Tony Stewart?
I don't know. It'd be fun to get up there and race with them. I think if we get up there, I think we'll give them a go for it.
Okay, and Kevin Harvick, by the way, very comfortable and very excited about how well the car is handling just on the 1 lap at speed.
Harvick in 11th position right now as we get ready for the restart here at the Drive for COPD 300 at Daytona. And a couple of shout outs. How about Paul Menard? Started dead last in this field, has worked his way back up to 5th, move a couple of spots back to 8th, and look at the 26 of Brian Keselowski. Now remember when he got the pass-through penalty? Sometimes penalties end up helping you. He missed the big wreck because of it.
Yeah, the circumstances have definitely worked out for Brian Keselowski. See what he can do with it here.
Brian's best finish ever, 10th at Memphis, and that was several years ago, back in October of 2007. So this could be a very big payday for the 26 team with Brian Keselowski. Lights out, as we said on the pace car. Let's reset it for you. You've got Tony Stewart on point, Brian Vickers, Justin Allgaier 3rd, Casey Kane 4th, Menard is 5th, Stephen Wallace 6th, Logano is 7th, and as we mentioned, Brian Keselowski is 8th. Michael Annett and Brian Scott round out your top 10 as we will have 20 laps to go here at Daytona when we go back to green flag racing.
Yeah, you throw out Tony Stewart, Brian Vickers, and Casey Kane there, and it's not guys in the rest of that top 10 that you would normally talk about here at Daytona, but they got a great opportunity. This is restrictor plate racing. Anything can happen. Usually does.
Well, and just back you up on that, the cautions come out in the last 10 laps in 9 of the last 10 Daytona races. We've got 20 to go now, and we're back to green flag racing here at the World Center of Racing. Allgaier trying to stay right on Stewart's back bumper. Vickers looking for some help on the high side.
Yeah, and Justin Allgaier got a good start there and is able to give Tony a nice push.
Menard up to 3rd right now. There's Carl ducking back into the low lane. Boy, for some reason, Vickers looks like he's just got an anchor tied to him right now.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how good his car is. We saw some damage on the front, and I'm not sure how good his car is going to be out front. He's going to have to wait and be patient and try to get himself up there late in the race. I'm not sure that he's fast enough to stay out front for very long.